After the season kicked off in Donington Park, we return to Brands Hatch Indy. Welcome to weekend number 2 of 10 for the British Touring Car Championship. Then on the 29th of May, it's round 3 at Thruxton. On the 12th of June, we go to Alton Park. 26th of June, we go to Croft. And then on the 31st of July, it's Scotland for Knock Hill. The 13th and 14th of August, in the middle of the summer, takes us to Snetterton. On the 28th of August, we go to Thruxton once again. Then on the 25th of September, we go to Silverstone on the National Circuit. The season rounds out again at Brands Hatch on the 9th of October. This here, though, at Brands Hatch Indy, is rounds 4, 5 and 6 of the 2022 Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Welcome to Brands Hatch, round number 4, 5 and 6 of the British Touring Car Championship campaign. Now we are into qualifying. The green light goes on at the end of the pit lane and 30 minutes of action is underway at this fantastic venue. Built back in the 1930s, originally a dirt track, it's been hosting touring car racing since it began back in 1958. 10 corners, 1.21 miles on the Indy circuit as well. Your qualifying lap record you need to look at as well is a 47.990 as well, set by Tom Ingram back in 2016. Hybrid power could be a lot more interesting, and away we go for the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Track temperature, well, that is at 38.9 degrees. Air temperature, 19.8 degrees as well, and it looks beautiful out there as we get going. So George Gamble has gone fastest to 49.698. I think that is faster nearly. No, 47.9. So he's still not just there yet. They're all warming themselves up. In practice this morning, we were having times that were inside the pole position set back in 2016. So there is time there to be found as Turkington does a 48.460. Hill crosses the line and does a 48.641. But the time's already coming down. Look, Gamble's gone top again. Now Camish jumps up 10 places. So it's coming thick and fast to see who's going to go there. Lloyd now third. He drops down to 6th as everyone moves around in the positionings. Dan Camish has had his lap time deleted for exceeding track limits as well, so you've got to wear your glasses to read that up. Jake Hill crosses the line, jumps up the order. Does he? No. He doesn't improve his lap time, so Hill has actually dropped positions because Turkington, 47.689, goes top. Ingram second, Gamble third, Camish, Collard, Hill, Chilton, Jelly, Rowbottom. Collard jumps up to 6th place now, up 12 places there. Fantastic stuff, but Ingram P2 stays P2, fails on the board for the Bristol Street Motors with XL. So Colin Turkington just then set a new qualifying lap record. A 47.689 is faster than a 47.990, so we've got a new qualifying lap record already here in the touring cars with a hybrid power. Whoa, Rory Butcher, massively wide at Paddock Hill Bend as well, kicking up all the dust. Too wide, too fast on the left-hand side. Up went the dust as well. Look at he got out of that one okay, but he'll be coming straight back into the pit lane then. Just trying to see where he is. Just started another lap time, so that's good news for him. But wow, 47.706 then. Hill is the fastest. Jelly second, Turkington third, Ingram, Cook the top 5. Then it's Gamble, Camish, Crees, Morgan, Collard, Moffat, Chilton, Thompson, Rowbottom, Shedden, Plato, Patterson, Sutton, Hand, Lloyd, Jackson, Osborne, Edwards, Hamilton, Butel, Butcher, Paffin and Powell down in 28th place as well. But quite surprised actually to see that Butcher's down in 26th place. Turkington takes the fastest up then, a 47.539 as well. He's a 10th quicker than Hill. Jelly third, Ingram fourth as well. Collard fifth, but Turkington looking good. He's used all of his available hybrid energy across the line. Does he go quicker? No, he's second. He's 3/10 slower than his own best time. But still, look at that. My corrections are complete. 21 drivers within a second. You can see it yourself on the timing tower. 21 drivers within a second of each other. That's insane with just under 10 minutes to go this session. Oh, and Collard jumps to 9th, but he did have his lap time deleted for track limits. Will Powell's last overall, but Parfit's just been given a black and orange flag to come into the pit lane. And now, 24 of the 29 cars are all within a second of each other. That is insane here at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit as well. They're all still circulating. They've all got plenty of room between them as well. Oh, there's a little bit of bumping and balling in that first section. 6 Josh Cook, 11 of Jason Plato, the 12 of Stephen Jelly, all getting in the way of each other at Paddock Hill Bend, but it's been good. Less than 5 minutes to go now. I'll remind you, if the red flag comes out in the last 5 minutes, we will get reset to another 5. If it comes out again, then the session will be cancelled. So we've got to keep that magic 5. Now, door open for the 62, and that's perfect. That's why he's got the black and orange flag, because his doors come open. And Taylor Smith then gets a lap time deleted. So does car 1 of Ash Sutton, who's qualified down in 20th place so far in this session. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. The checkered flag is out now. The session is over. So who's going to be on pole position? As things stand, it's Turkington with Hill alongside as well. This is the big one. Who's got pole position? Who's got it to break away here at Brands Hatch? We're watching Adam Morgan right now as well, trying to find some power. He's down at the moment in 4th position, so outside into Paddock Hill Bend. Row 2 is his grid position, and he's backed off. So he's taken that lap time. He's lost hybrid at the last corner. I think Hill pits, Turkington laps, pits, everyone else coming in. Sutton moves up to 18th place as well. That's a great result for him. Michael Crees, 17th. And everyone else coming into the pit lane. It's Colin Turkington who takes pole position for round 4 of the QuidFit British Touring Car Championship. Jake Hill is alongside him on the front row of the grid. Stephen Jelly is 3rd, Adam Morgan 4th, Josh Cook, Tom Ingram, George Gamble, Dan Camish, Roy Butcher, Dan Robot in the top 10. Gordon Shedden Flash is 11th. Tom Chilton is 12th as well. Hand 13th, Anthony Hand 13th. 14th for Collard, 15th for Patterson, 16th for Dan Lloyd, Crees 17th, Sutton 18th. That's a really bad result for Ash down there as well. Thompson 19th, Moffat in 20th position. Osborne 21st, Plato 22nd, had a few lap times deleted. Jackson 23rd, Taylor Smith 24th, Jade Edwards 25th, inside the second, the last driver to do so. Great time from her, great time to be in the second as well, 8/10. Top 25 cars separated by 8/10 of a second, that's insane. Hamilton 26th, 1.102, brilliant to see him up there as well. In 26th, Butel 27th, Parfit 28th, and Powell is 29th. Hello everybody, and welcome to round 4, the 2022 QuidFit British Touring Car Championship. You're back up in the commentary box with us. The usual co-commentator JoshPlayz with us, and we're being joined today by Nick Homewood as well, who'll be in race 1 and 3. Both the races we are live for here on YouTube, here at Brands Hatch. There's a small delay. We've had a red flag in one of the Porsche series as well. It's a wet track as well, so that makes it fantastic. Although, at the moment, it might have just dried up, actually, because according to the timing screens, it does say it's dry at 17.3 degrees. And this is going to be, gentlemen, a test of not only the strength and character of touring cars, but how long can my voice last up before it completely gives up? Because it's already going already. Good afternoon to you both.
Yes. We have come to rescue you, haven't we, Josh?
Absolutely. You absolutely have. Nick, you looking forward to it? You've raced touring cars in ERC. Now you're going to commentate on the touring cars.
I love touring cars. Of course, I'm looking forward to it. I've been to see them. Brands Hatch is my local track, so I used to go twice a year, every year, to watch them. And always exciting.
This is going to be a lot of fun as well as we get ready. So we're just going to wait. We'll have Louise Goodman's grid walk as well. Whilst we wait, give you some updates about what we've got coming up today on a piece of paper that I've left at the side of the commentary box. 11:30, it's race 1 for the touring cars. MotoGP is underway at 12:45 p.m. for a build-up show. Formula E, It's a very quick build-up show, 5 minutes long. We've edited down the qualifying hour and 20 duel into literally 5 minutes. That is fantastic work from the editors. So that was on at 1:50 or 1:55. We've got a bit of flexibility there as well, but either way, green flag at 2:03 means that we've got some time after the MotoGP ends as well. Touring Car Race 2, it's delayed coverage, so that's underway at 3:15. The race, if you want to see it, is at 2:10 on ITV in the UK, the main channel, and Touring Car Race 3 also on ITV, and here we'll be live for that here on YouTube as well with the watch along. That's at 4:15 as well. Gentlemen, Brands Hatch, Indy Circuit as well. The shortest on the calendar, just 1.2 miles as well. But it's got some legendary corners as well. And I always look forward to this one. Usually it's the season opener. Now, the second round of the season. We're going to see non-stop action, non-stop wheel banging and everything. And Josh, you were trackside for us last time out when we were at Brands Hatch. What's your opinion on it? Because you've got some stunning views there.
I absolutely love the circuit. Such a short, technical. You've got Paddock Hill Bend with the down and up, and as well, it used to be my local track, only an hour and a half drive. So I was up there. There was a time where we were up there every weekend for 3 weeks in summer. I absolutely love the circuit.
Nick, it's your local circuit as well. As you said, you used to go there a lot. What's some of your memories of this place?
I mean, I was there when I think it was Plato won the championship in 2010.
Wow.
In the Chevrolet. I've driven around there.
Jealous.
Yeah. And I always love the race. I remember the one where Proctor won in that wet dry race.
I remember that one. Wow. Yeah.
We could have something similar here today, I think. Now it's drying up.
Yeah, it is wet. I think they're all going out there on wet tyres as well. So it is wet tyres going out. Track could dry incredibly quickly, of course. I'm not using the Grand Prix layout, so it's not all going to be different temperature. Let's go down to Louise Goodman. She's in the pit lane on ITV.
So I'm in the pit lane with Ollie Collins from Napa Racing. This weather, it kind of throws a spanner in the works slightly, doesn't it? Or does it work in your favour, in the favour of the front-wheel drive cars?
I think it works in our favour a little. From an organisation point of view, it's always difficult because of changing conditions, which tyres are you fit in. There's this 2 laps to the grid that causes a little bit more work on the grid. There's a little bit more work always when it rains, but hopefully I think it will help front-wheel drive cars a little bit today.
I feel like, and not to be disrespectful, but I feel like you guys need a little bit of help at the moment. The performance is not where you want it to be.
No, it definitely isn't. There's 2 ways of looking at it. Dan's 900ths off of P2. However, Ash is P18 and Dan's P8, so that's not where we're supposed to be. That's not where our aspirations are. So, yeah, we've got work to do still. So, yeah, this weather helps us in that respect. We're pretty confident of a decent race pace. So, yeah, there's some positives, there's a lot of negatives, but the boys have been working really hard through the night and worked through the data. And, sorry.
Some radio
instructions coming through on the radio.
So, yeah, it's a time where we've just got to do our hardest and get back up the front.
It's interesting that you say you feel the race pace is good, because it seemed at Donington it was almost the other way around. Qualifying pace was good and it was the race where you were lacking.
It was, yeah. Qualifying pace was fantastic at Donington, and race pace suffered, as you said. We worked quite a lot on that over the last 3 weeks to work out why. I think we found something. Did that cause us to go backwards slightly in qualifying? Maybe. And yeah, so aspirations are to hit the front today.
Let's take a wander, because I know that you'll be keen to get out onto the grid. Where is the issue? Is it Tim was talking yesterday about the fact that busy time for somebody like Olin, who's the TM, trying to give everybody
more
instructions
radio
and let
messages
them know
coming
what's going on.
through.
So it's very good of him to be having a chat with us.
Up the stairs onto the grid here from the pit lane.
Sorry.
I was just saying, Tim was talking yesterday about the fact that he felt it's a car issue that's kind of handicapping you at the moment. What can you tell us about that?
No, it's what we're doing with the car. We've got a front-wheel drive car the same as the Honda, the same as the Hyundai. It was quick last year, it was quick the year before. We have ways of making it quick. We were P4 in qualifying, P3 in qualifying, we should have been P1. The pace is there. it's yeah, it has its ability to get up there. We've just got to work a bit harder.
I'll let you get on. And
Ourselves, put it that way.
okay, Ollie, thanks for chatting to us. I'll let Ollie get on. And
So that's Louise on the grid then as well. Let's just talk about the championship then. Tom Ingram, as you can see the track, actually, we've just seen from the Goodyear blimp, the track is absolutely sodden as well. So this is going to be 2 wet races in a row live on here on the YouTube channel. That's fantastic after IndyCar yesterday. And now today, let's talk about the championship. Tom Ingram leads the way on 51 points. Gordon Shedden second on 44. Ash Sutton has 40 points as well in third. But, of course, the winner from race 3 at Donington of Jake Hill, only down in 6th after a very poor showing in the first race of the season. Hill, in this one, starts second on the grid. First to you, Josh. Do you think he could take victory here and start clawing in those championship points? Because it may be 30 races, but only 10 weekends. You have a bad weekend, it does affect the entire season.
Yeah, indeed. Jake Hill could definitely claw back in the championships this weekend, and I had no idea the Goodyear blimp was up there this weekend.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday in qualifying. Yeah, it's flown in. It keeps flying in a round angle as well, so it's creating some shadows over the track. Actually, the driver's actually complained. As before I throw to Nick, because we've got Josh Cook with Louise Goodman.
Josh, what's it like out there?
There's some areas obviously that are just completely wet. There are some little parts of the track that aren't saturated yet, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. It's a pretty big unknown for a lot of us. A lot of us haven't run this system yet in wet weather. It does change the way the car feels under braking, so we're going to have to see what happens. But this is the sort of weather that we needed to try and compete with those BMWs. So I'm glad it's here, but we'll have to see what we can do.
Well, how can you get ahead of them? I mean, you've got Tom Ingram alongside as well. I know you guys had a bit of a chat about maybe a bit of gameplay here, haven't you?
Yeah, look, you know, these guys are really quick today. We want to be fighting for wins and fighting for the championship, and we can't let them get away and get them to, you know, let them score easy points. So, you know, of course we want to beat each other, but you know, this weather's going to definitely change our approach a little bit, because, you know, we switch the tyres on a little bit quicker. Hopefully the rear-wheel drives are gonna struggle trying to get the power down. So if we can capitalise, I think it'll be in the early laps. So got to get the elbows out early doors and see if we can make some places.
Right, we'll be looking out for that.
Nick, you've driven Brands Hatch Circuit, as you said earlier on in the broadcast. You've also raced touring cars in esports as well. Who's going to have more trouble here today, front wheel or rear wheel?
I think it's difficult to say. Probably the rear-wheel drive cars. I'd rather be in a front-wheel drive car. You can just punch the throttle out the corners and away you go. But I don't think you can ever write off Colin Turkington, can you?
Oh, no, absolutely.
I mean, over a 10th on pole, around 40-something second lap, it's ridiculous.
And
so
I think if I was correctly, yeah, Jade Edwards, so 25 of the 29 cars were all within a second of each other yesterday. For Turkington to have that big of a gap in quali was absolutely insane. So is that your pick a winner then, Nick? Are you going for Turkington for race 1?
I'll go for Turkington, yeah.
Josh, who are you going to go for race 1 then in terms of this one? Who are you thinking?
No idea at all.
Is it that unpredictable that we just can't work it out anymore?
Yes, it is, and I've just collapsed. We don't. Just destroying my box. Don't worry.
Oh, no worries. I'll save you because Louise is with.
I think Tom is the first one in P5, but you know, track position is important at Brands Hatch, and you know, the BMW 330e, you know, was really strong here last year and in 2020 in the wet. So yeah, we'd put our best foot forward. You know, it's a gamble on setup as well. You know, we're halfway house on everything, so I'll get stuck in.
Thanks, Colin. Oh, this is just...
It is getting heavier rain out there as well. Continue with your point then, Josh. Don't want to shut you up or anything, so go on.
Yeah, the track is now damp according to the timing screens, and as Nick said, he's driven around Brands Hatch. I've been in the front passenger seat of the course car doing a couple of laps, and it is such a circuit.
Great circuit. undulation change from Paddock Hill Bend as well. You drop downhill and then you up Homewood Hill into Druids. I think it's some of the most lucrative corners in any racing circuit. Druids is just fantastic. It's seen so much drama over the years. And Nick, you might remember this one. Do you remember 2012 at the Indy circuit when there was a bit of oil down and everyone just kamikazed into the wall?
I do remember that, yes.
What on earth was all that one going on about? It was, if that happens again today, that'd be brilliant. But usually, Brands Hatch Indy is the dry weekend, and the Grand Prix at the end of the year is the wet one. It keeps swapping in the last couple of years, and it's ever since Brands hasn't held it the season opener, because 2020 it was Thruxton, 2021 it was Donington, 2022 is Donington as well, due to COVID keep delaying everything. Or was it the other way around? Was Donington 2020 and Thruxton was 2021? I think, yeah.
I can't remember.
You're going to want me to go into the archives, aren't you, now?
I'm going to want you to go into the archives to get that right. I think 2020 started at Donington in August, and then 2021 started at Thruxton in May for the season. Still, this could be interesting. I'm losing my voice already, and we haven't even started yet.
2021 was Thruxton.
Ah, right, good. So 2020 was indeed Donington then.
Let me just confirm. Here we go.
Surely, it has to be. And,
yep, Donington
hey.
was 2020.
One thing that is annoying me, actually, is that if I'd have known that we'd been in such a delay, over 10 minutes of waiting for the touring cars, I would have made the pre-show for Formula E just a little bit longer than 5 minutes. I cut out quite a lot of that. I mean, literally, it's 20 seconds per duel, but I had to cut out quite a lot of the group stages. So that was a disappointment. But then again, Nick, I'm sure you've been watching the Formula E as well this weekend. Oh, actually, maybe not yesterday because you were driving in ERC.
I watched it this morning.
Oh, good. Not a lot's been happening. It's been quite a boring weekend in Berlin. It was a great race and great action, but in terms of safety cars and yellows and crashes, no one's actually done it this weekend. No one's hit the wall.
No, it was It was a lot cleaner than I was expecting, especially with the usual lot up the front, with especially Lotterer.
Yeah, I thought
that. When Lotterer gets involved, you're guaranteed a full course yellow. But no full course yellows at all, no crashing. Very clean race.
That might change today, though, with the reverse circuit. And Ed's back in. Yeah.
Where Dennis lost it at turn 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, under braking and hit the wall and ruined his championship. And Ed Hunter's back in the commentary box for Formula E later on today as well. After I had to solo yesterday because Richie had an emergency, so I had to dip out. But credit to Richie as well. Came back in for the IndyCar race, and then it was one of the best IndyCar races I've ever seen. Did either of you two manage to catch Indy? I know Josh, you did. But Nick?
Yep, I caught whenever I said, hello, I've just come in, that's from when I was watching.
Pretty much all of it then. Nick, did you see it?
Absolute carnage.
Yeah, what a race. That was brilliant. If we could have more races like that in IndyCar, I think the viewership in the UK will just go up and up and up and up.
I think it's nearly a foregone conclusion that Herta will end up in F1 at some point now as well.
Yeah.
After that save. Yeah, that save.
McLaren or Andretti, if Andretti come in.
Yeah, because McLaren are going to Formula E start of next year, so it will be interesting to see what drivers they put in that team.
They're taking over the Mercedes EQ, and the team staying the same. All the personnel, bar the drivers, they're choosing their own drivers. So that's what's giving us the thing that Rosenquist's going back to Formula E, and Herta is coming over to replace Ricciardo at McLaren, and Ricciardo's going over to replace Herta in IndyCar as well.
Didn't Van Dorn already confirm where he was going?
I don't know. I've heard Van Dorn said that he's going in WEC, isn't he? Or I know De Vries is going to WEC.
Van Dorn joins Penske.
Oh, right. Dragon Penske. Yeah. Right, there we go then.
There's DS Penske next season, and he'll be teammates to Vern.
Oh, wow. So Vern leaves... Where is it? Vern leaves DS Cheetah. But I suppose he stays with the DS name as well.
Yeah.
So he leaves to Cheetah.
DS and... DS are leaving Cheetah and then joining Penske.
Wow. Okay, here we go then. It's time to wrap up and start again for the touring cars. It's time. We've had a 15-minute delay to this one, but the race is about to go green. And do you know what I've just realised? They ITV have changed their commentary box again. They've removed the little television that was on the inside, and they've put it back in with the normal 3 because the commentators were complaining that they had to look down and they couldn't see because there was sun glare. So finally some sensible things. 30 seconds to go then until the parade lap here at Brands Hatch as well. They could have cleaned the boards though, guys. Can you see that Brands Hatch? It looks so mucky. It's ridiculous.
I'll get down there with a pressure washer.
Yeah, you're closest. You're closest, Nick. Go on and clean it in race 2. You know, well, because race 2 is delayed, and you're not joining us. You need to get there before race 2, clean it up, and get back here before 4:15 for race 3.
Right. Okay.
And it better be clean. That's the thing. We're going to now go see if it's clean. It's time then for race 4 of the season. Race 1 of the day. Green flag is out. Then the formation lap begins. Right, let's see with a damaged, broken voice if I can get through 15 rows and 29 drivers in under 60 seconds. It's a 2-lap formation lap as well. Here's the starting grid then for round 4 of the QuidFit British Touring Car Championship. Colin Turkington put in on pole position by over a tenth to Jake Hill on the front row. Stephen Jelly starts second, Adam Morgan is third. Josh Cook and Tom Ingram take row 3. George Gamble and Dan Camish have row 4. Rory Butcher and Dan Rowbottom on row 5. Gordon Shedden and Tom Chilton on row 6. Ash Hand alongside Ricky Collard has row 7. Dexter Patterson alongside Dan Lloyd is row 8. Row 9 sees Michael Crees alongside Ashley Sutton as well. Sutton so far down in the Napa Racing. Row 10, Bobby Thompson and Aidan Moffat. Row 11, Sam Osborne and Jason Plato. Row 12 sees Ollie Jackson and Aaron Taylor-Smith. Row 13, Jade Edwards alongside Nick Hamilton. Row 14, Jack Butel and Rick Parfitt. And row 15 for Will Powell starting right at the back of the field. In terms...
Hey! Oh, spinner, that's Butcher.
Oh, Butchers it off and down on the back straight, the Cooper straight towards Surtees. And if he can get pushed back, he can rejoin the grid position. But that's bad news already, isn't it, Nick?
That's a bit embarrassing.
On the formation lap. Have you ever done that, Nick?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll keep an eye out then.
He's got going again.
So I don't think he has to start at the back because no one's passed him. So not everybody's passed him, so he should be able to retake his original grid position.
Shows how wet it is, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Massively damp.
Who else thinks we're going to have a red flag?
Nick, do you reckon we'll have a red flag?
I doubt a red flag, but plenty of
Safety car, yeah.
Yeah. Nick, you might just need to turn yourself up a bit because I'm struggling to hear you over there, Fez. Just to let you know.
Okay. Is that better?
Much better, much better. I need your Code 80 voice. That's the only way I can hear you. Let's go on board then and talk with one of the drivers. It's Tom Ingram.
Unless we get a little bit more rain, I'd be slicks if I'm perfectly honest with you. But as you know, David, I love slicks. I would go slicks in a pouring a torrential downpour.
Well, just for your information, Rory has already been off the road on his slicks, so he might not be a threat for the first few laps because he's already been on the grass.
Yeah, give it time. I think if it doesn't rain again, so stupid statement 101. if it doesn't rain anymore, it will be dry. There's one for you. That's a David Addison quote.
Thank you so much. I'll leave it.
Well, that's difficult. Addison been commentating on the series since 2013, and actually same as long as me as well. But Butcher having a spin, starts 9th on the grid, row 5. Let's see what he can do. They are going to form up now on the grid. Track temperature, 17.1 degrees, and it's damp. Air temperature, cloudy at 16.4. And here's that coming down the pit lane. One of the team hard cars as well.
That was car number 20, Will Powell.
So he was starting last anyway, and he's now going to come down the pit lane. I think he's had wets. I think he had dries on, so he's put it on wets. Butcher, the only one in the top 10 starting on the medium compounds of the dries. Everyone else is on wets. In terms of hybrid power to use, Turkington has 20, Hill 19, Jelly 24, Morgan 17, Cook 13, Ingram 9, Gamble 22, Shedden has 11 seconds, and Lloyd has 21. So everyone else 24 has maximum attack for the hybrid power. Everyone limited will show up. That's how many seconds you get per lap. and how many laps you can use it. Sutton can only use hybrid power for 13 laps out of the 24, and Thompson can only use it for 23 laps. So he was 15th in the championship anyway. Guys, predictions for turn 1. We'll start with Nick.
Ooh, carnage.
Yeah.
Josh, carnage?
Carnage.
Here we go then. 5 seconds until the lights go on. It's wet. It's slippery at Brands Hatch. Lights on. Lights out at Brands. Good start, actually, from Jake Hill. He's going to go level with Colin Turkington. He was on the outside in the racing line towards Paddock Hill Bend. Stephen Jelly's under pressure as well. He's gone side by side through the Goodyear brim we go. There's carnage further back as well. A few bumping and balling further back. That's Powell, Butel, and Hamilton involved. Turkington holds off for Hill as they enter Druids, but already there's a segregation in the pack as everyone struggles for grip. As they head down to Graham Hill Bend. Sheridan has the inside line, holds off Tom Chilton as well, but a clean start from everyone as the driver tracker now does work, and no one's spinning it up on the straight either.
Powell hasn't gone through timing barrier on the Graham Hill.
Powell's still going through.
That puts it off. Looks like.
Butcher again.
But definitely not the right choice.
Oh, big one there. And that's a big slide from Dan Lloyd. And he's going to come right in the path of Hamilton. Butcher's there too. Now, they're the two on the dry tyres. So, Butcher on dry tyres, as was Powell's put dry tyres on as well. But Butcher's so struggling out there.
Why is the big slide from there, but why is the safety car going round as one of the racing cars?
No clue. That's why that safety car's going around again. Maybe it can't get in the pit lane. Nick, clean opening lap from a few people, but Turkington struggled off the line there.
Yeah, it's a lot of power, isn't it, for a rear-wheel drive car to put down? But he's starting to break away now. It looks like the BMW is definitely the car to have, judging by the top 5, well, top 6 now.
And
Gamble and Ingram battling it out. The safety car did go in the pit lane. It was just a timing screen glitch as I saw it.
Up the inside, Ingram getting feisty with Adam Morgan, and Gamble's on the outside. The two teammates running together as well up the inside. I think that's Rowbottom and Chilton getting involved there as well. Dan Camish in the Napa Ford is on the outside line, and it's literally everyone's pumping, and what some great angles are getting into Paddock Hill Bend. Ingram's got the inside line. He's going to drift him out, and they're still side. Oh, they touched door mirror to door mirror. Into Druids. Ingram's got the move done, and Morgan's going to have to back out of that one. He's not going to get... He'll just start losing places. What a run as they come down. So, we've had a little bit of carnage, but I think we've had a good one. But Nick Collard lost 5 places on that start as well. He's in the rear-wheel car. So, front-wheel drive better, I presume, than rear-wheel, than spinning up?
It looks... Well, we got Ingram making his way up. Cook's in P4 as well. Shedden is now on the back of the Sisley BMW, so it looks like I'd definitely rather be in a front-wheel drive car now.
Here's Morgan and Gamble battling out. Sorry, Nick.
Can they take it the inside line? No, Gamble's going to back out of it. Oh, it's a little bit on the inside. Gamble's going to go late on the brakes. Morgan was off position on the outside line coming into Paddock Hill Bend. And meantime, in the front, Hill's trying to go around the outside of Turkington and Druids. Can't find a way out in the two BMWs duking it out. One in the MB Motorsport, one in the factory BMW. And they've got equal pace, equal tyres, and both of them are very capable, equal drivers. Into Surtees, up the hill, in towards Clearways and the Clark Curve. Hill's got the fastest lap. Oh, he made a mistake. He tried to look the outside. Do you see that, Nick? Lot of understeer.
Yeah, he got into the wetter part of the track. But it looks like he's got good traction coming down the straight now. But he won't lose too much from Turkington.
Plato's dropped down to 21st place, Josh, as well. But
yeah,
there's a lot of cars out there right now just sort of trying to find grip and trying to struggle out there. The main battle is in the midfield with Shedden and now Gamble side by side, and Camish looking to the inside of his former teammate. Whoa, it's close. Oh, and Shedden gets punched once, and he's going to get punched again by Gamble into Druids. Shedden flashing the lights. Camish forces his way through. Gamble finds himself on the outside line. Oh, that's Dormer to Dormer, and they're nearly making contact again, and they make it 3 times. They bang wheels, and Camish was brilliantly controlling the car there. Miracle he didn't spin round in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, indeed. I'm just looking at the driver tracker, and Colin Turkington's coming up on Will Powell, so already lap 5 of 24 and back markers are coming into play.
Nick, do you think Hill could put the pressure on Turkington the entire race, or is he going to break away at some point?
I think when he gets past, he'll scamper off. He looks to have a lot more confidence in the car to be able to follow that closely.
He does, and this is great racing. Oh, hang on, that's Powell getting out of the way. Turkington now holds the entire line to Druids as well. Blue flag panels are out as well. Remember, the marshals here now no longer use flags unless it's a safety car situation. They rely on the light boards to tell you all where it is. Apparently, it's easier for the drivers to see light boards than it is flags, which I agree. You're not going to spot a flag, but you are going to spot a big light board flashing up at you. For the entirety of the race. 6 of 24 then. They're lapping at around about 54 seconds per lap. So we've only been racing for 5.5 minutes. But it's a lot more action as battle for third now as well. Jelly going very, very wide. Cook's trying to take the inside line to Paddock Hill Bend. It's not working out just yet. Jelly, so it's a BMW 1-2. Oh, he's gone too deep. That's it. That's the mistake he was looking for. And now Hill tries to ground the outside of Turkington into Druids as well. Now also, is that, yeah, Cook passes Jelly for third place on the inside of Druids. So that was all Jelly's mistake there, Nick. He tried the outside line and then he just dragged him out too wide.
Yeah, and when you get on the curb, that's it. Good move from Cook, though, up the inside. I think if I was Hill, I'd be a bit worried now with Cook behind because he's going to be coming up quite quickly if these two start battling.
Yeah, and Josh, Turkington and Hill taking the wider line. Cook's liking the inside lines as well. Do you think Cook could take the lead here from these two? They keep battling?
I think the amount he's already pulled away from Jelly,
yeah.
I think he's definitely in with a shout of catching them up.
Josh?
Quite.
Yeah, if Turkington and Hill battle it out and something goes wrong and they both go into the gravel, yeah, it could, because Cook's got a really good lead and it is
increasing, yeah. Gap history is 2.3 now, so he's closing him in after he got stuck behind Jelly. As this is on board with Jason Plato, 18th fastest at the moment. He's stuck behind Patterson and Moffat and Thompson. Oh, and little slide there from Dexter Patterson. What a great name. Can we just say, guys, a second? Dexter Patterson. It sounds like a spy's name. It's fantastic as well as they come through. It is coming through then lap 8. About to start lap 9 of 24. No sign of a safety car, which is good. The two Laser Tools Racings are going to go side by side. Moffat went too deep into Clearways through Clark Curve. Patterson has the inside line. Don't hit your teammate. It is rule 1. Although, saying that as well, maybe I should be asking you that, Nick, because you always make contact with Pascal Eggert. I know.
Well, love tap.
Yeah,
looking at the live timing, Cook is catching up with the top two quite quickly.
Is indeed, yeah.
2 seconds to Hill now.
This is it. Game on. As they swing backwards through. Oh, I've lost
big slide there from one of the rockets.
Yeah, that's Hill. Hill having a big old monster slide through the last corner. And it is getting wetter out there. So the rain is coming down heavier. So that's interesting. Nick, did you say you're an hour and a half away from the track?
About half an hour away from the track.
Oh, half an hour. Take a look out your window. Is it raining? Because then we know which way it's blowing.
It's not raining, but it's very, very dark. It has been raining.
Yeah.
Aha.
Just, I'm the one who used to be an hour and a half away.
Ah, you used to be an hour and a half away, yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm 2 hours away, but it's not my closest. It's my second closest. No, it's my third closest circuit because half an hour ways Thruxton, an hour somewhere is Castle Combe, etc., etc.
I've got
Cook is getting quite close now.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
4 seconds.
So this is, 1.4 between them. So this is moving up as the timer screen on my end is frozen, actually. I need to look at the second one I've got. Replay on board with Ingram as he's in a battle with Stephen Jelly. And Jelly's gone too deep at Surtees. And at the inside of Clearways, Ingram slips up the inside line as well. So Ingram back up into 4th position. Camish has passed Shedden for 7th as well. So those two ex-teammates have done the battling that they needed to as they swing back through. It's just turned lunchtime here in the UK. So this is the first touring car race. I think that's actually gone from from morning to afternoon for 3 or 4 seasons, actually, as they come back through. And I'm just looking as well. Morgan is defending that line, but he's got some very fast cars behind him. Jelly, who's dropping, but Camish and Shedden on their way up, and they're using the hybrid. So to explain the hybrid, the people who don't have the success ballast, which is you lose seconds per lap as well, you can use 15 seconds worth of hybrid across all 24 laps, unless you're handicapped, and then you have a specific number of laps. So it changes from qualifying to the race, that rule, which makes it confusing. Let's get general thoughts. And Nick, we haven't raced in ERC yet with the hybrid power. We are going to shortly, though, because the cars have just come in. Do you like the hybrid power? Is it something that you would want to race with?
I think it sounds like good fun. It's a bit like push to pass in IndyCar.
Losers are good, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, I like the success ballast. Seeing how because it changed the dynamics of the car from race to race. This doesn't do that as much. There's a bit more of a sort of known factor rather than we're just going to shove 75 kilos in your car and you've got to deal with it.
Oh, and Hill's gone wide. Hill's gone very, very wide, and Cook was side by side with him at the exit of Clark Curve. Now he's got the inside line down the Brabham Straight towards Paddock Hill Bend. Hill's got better acceleration and shuts the door. Cook doesn't want to go for it though. Up the inside, on the grass, forces Hill wide into an oversteer, and Cook goes through to second. That was some brilliant overtaking. Both of them, nose to tail and all skill on the table.
Yeah, it would be good to see a replay of that, of it developing through clearways and not Clark Curve. Maybe, hopefully, the Goodyear Blink caught that.
I hope so as well. Nick, have you ever done a move like that in your racing career?
I don't think I'm brave enough for that. There were several situations that could have ended up in, and I didn't see a
Are
successful
you sure the
overtaking.
TV directors are not watching this? Because here we go.
They might be watching us. They always seem to know where to go, don't they? As well. As a driver then, Nick, what was your take on this then from Cook?
Committed.
Oh, that's why.
Oh, okay. Very brave. It looks like Butch's on the dry tyres are starting to come in a bit. There's a dry line forming.
He's down in 24th. He's just passed Sam Osborne. No, he's just passed Jackson. So Ollie Jackson has just got through. So halfway through, 10 laps to go, really. And now we're starting to see these tyres come up to temperature. The track is starting to have a dry line. You can just about see it, can't you, into turn 1 at Paddock Hill. But offline is still super greasy as well.
Yeah, that's the problem
with
the dry line. You can't go off it if you're in dry tyres.
So he's stuck, basically, for a number of laps.
He is.
Will we Butcher brave? Yeah, I think he is. Look at that! On the wet line, on the braking zone for Graham Hill Bend, and that was a super move! I honestly think I just heard Tim Harvey lose his mind. I can't hear it in the headphones. Talk us through it then, Nick. You're the driver.
This is something else, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. This is Jelly getting past, I think. Or has he made a mistake? Yes, he has.
Yeah, mistake.
It looks like the rear-wheel drive cars are starting to cook their tyres a little bit on the drying track. Just spinning their wheels, coming out the corners and overheat the tyres, and that's that. Butcher up to 21st.
And Jade Edwards making a move on Aaron Taylor-Smith and getting a little love tap in return, as well as Taylor-Smith bumps the back of her. But nice job from Jade Edwards. She's having some great races so far this year as well. And it's nice to see as well one of the great racers we've got in this series as well. She was demon in the Renault Clio.
Turkington had a little snap through clearways.
And he's struggling out there as well. Of course, Turkington's got 5 more laps of push, the attack mode, whatever you call it, the hybrid power, than Cook has. So Turkington's got 20 laps. Cook's only got 15 because he's so high up in the championship. So this isn't working out as well. And Josh, we've got loads of carnage here as well with the 40 getting side by side now. They keep swapping. There's so much happening out there at the moment. Do you reckon that when more rain comes later in the day, Josh, we're going to have a lot more action than what we've got in race 1 already?
Yeah, possibly. But with Butch on the slicks, he's got fastest lap of the race, a 52.954.
You bang on there, aren't you? Wow, look at that. And he is how many seconds quicker? Oh, Turkington's gone wide! Turkington very wide at Clearways, and he's got loads of oversteer, and Josh Cook is on him for first. From third to second, now trying to go for first place as well. Cook in that Honda is battling like mad. And yeah, look at this. Butcher, as you say, is going for it. And Paddock Hill Bend, and Josh Cook takes the lead. Henry in pre-race said that this could be his day to shine, and he's bang on. Cook leads, and and that's Aaron Taylor-Smith off into the gravel at Clearways. And
Indeed, it's very, very slippery through Clearways, and Aaron Taylor-Smith is showing that.
I think Turkington's trying to. He was taking the wider line to try and cool his tyres down on the wet bit of the track. He seems to be doing it every lap.
Yeah, it's that type of line, isn't it? Actually, you good spot there, Nick, because he's dragging it around the outside, not defending the move. So let's see if he'll now go back on the attack, and he's got him. Turkington's repassed Cook. Now Cook's repassed Turkington. So the timing screen's switching over again. So we need to see the TV pictures rather than the ones of Rory Butcher. Yes, it's impressive, but at the end of the day, he's 18th fastest. And now Ingram with the fastest lap of the race, a 52.897. And he'll get that bonus point as well for fastest lap.
He's catching up to Hill quite quickly as well.
He is. What's the gap? 0.9. Yeah. Second. Oh, this is good. Butcher now retakes that fastest lap, by the way, 52.039. So the slick tyres seems to be the ones to be on, but you can still see damp patches all the way around the track as well. And I'm not sure about you two as well, but every time I see that Toyota, I think it's got damage on the front end because of the black bodywork. It's so confusing. Go on, Nick.
I think Butcher's going to run out of time to make any serious positions. He might get in the top 10, but I don't think he'll threaten anything higher than that.
Oh! Big dive from Dan Lloyd. Gets ahead of JoshPlayz. Hill takes Turkington. At Paddock Hill Bend. So Collins dropped back to third, and now here comes Ingram. So that's a surprise.
Must have made a mistake.
Must have.
Yeah, Turkington doing a lot of mistakes, going very wide on the exit of Clearways. Mostly every single lap, and I think that's what is costing him.
Is he got tyre? Is it tyre damage? We know we're trying to call it as well, but his tyres literally just been cooked. He's been the first one to meet the conditions every lap, so he's been on the dry line instead of finding the wet line.
Yeah, here's a replay going up the inside Turkington on the outside, and Ingram's gone past Turkington, just popped up on my timing screen.
Wow, Nick.
Well, yeah, I think Turkington's just been going too hard, and he's completely destroyed those wet tyres. Because in the lead, you've got to, right? And he's been fighting with Hill and then Cook, and he probably hasn't got much tyre left to fight with. Now Camish is about to pass him.
Yeah, Dan Camish going to come through there for fourth place as well. So Cook leads Hill on lap 20 of 24. Josh Cook has won here at Brands Hatch before on the Indy circuit as well. He won the first race of the season back in 2016 as well, in what was a very dramatic opening weekend. 2 red flags as well. Jason Plato slamming into the pit wall. And then on the race 3 start as well, there was another contact down at Paddock Hill Bend that caused the restart. So very dramatic year back then, as so far we haven't had a red flag yet, have we, Josh, in touring cars? Didn't have one in Brands, did we? I mean, in Donington.
No, we've been red flag clear.
Yeah, luckily.
But we've not been safety car through.
No, the safety cars has come out actually as well. Yeah. But not today though, in race 1, which is a surprise.
Camish is through.
Oh yeah, Camish passes. Camish up to 4th.
Towards Druids. Or through Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, there's someone through the gravel there.
Yep. Can't see who it is. It looks to be one of the Hooch cars. So
Shedden?
Yeah, Shedden has dropped back. Butel's dropped back as well. So we need a replay. It's Rowbottom. It's Dan Rowbottom, I'm being told. So yeah, look, there it is. It's Rowbottom with the tyres with the dust on them. So he's gone through the gravel and he's ripped off part of the wing fenders as well on the inside of the car. So he's going to have some oversteer moments. He's going to get a tap up the inside now, and a big tap from Hand as well. So Ash Hand is...
here comes Butcher.
Oh, yeah, on the outside, on those dry tyres. Look at that. He is past them standing still. Hill's off. And that's allowed Ingram through. Did it allow Turkington through as well? So,
no,
yes.
He's still ahead of... He's still ahead of Camish.
So he gets a big slide through Paddock Hill Bend, and Hill goes through the kitty litter. I don't know who he let through because the timing screen hasn't updated yet. Certainly let Ingram through, though. So, but did you say he's ahead of Camish, Nick?
Yeah, he's still P3 where he was before we went to the replays.
So we'll keep an eye on the timing screens and hope it's all good. What a dramatic couple of corners that was for Hill then. Too wide at Paddock Hill and drifted off wide. This is a great race as well. Yes, no, where is he? Hill third,
It's Cook, Ingram, Hill, Camis, Turkington, Morgan, Shedden, Butcher 8th.
Butcher's moved up 3 places on that last lap alone. That is insane. Butcher was 18th on lap 14 and he's going for 7th on the inside. And
it looks like he's playing a game when he's turned the difficulty down.
Yeah, he is uneasy, isn't he? Oh, Morgan's got a problem with his hybrid, so's Dan Lloyd. He's run out of it. Yeah, look, they've run out. They've used their maximum hybrid. With 2 laps to go, they can't use any more. But Butcher, with unlimited hybrid, so he gets full 24 laps with 15 seconds. I reckon, do you reckon, Nick, with that and the dry tyres, it's come to him this race? Could he be a surprise podium winner?
I think he'll get ahead of Turkington. I think Camish is possibly a little bit too far with only 1 lap to go.
He's passed Morgan for 6th, and he's going to get Turkington for 5th. Final at the call, and he's pushing that hybrid pie. See the side of the car flashing blue as he does so. Last lap here for race 1 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Into the braking zone we go for Paddock Hill Bend. Butcher almost looks like he is on easy mode.
Camish passed Hill.
Oh, and that's Hill down to 4th then. If Hill's got more problems, I tell you what, he might just do it, Butcher. It's not that impossible. He might sneak that podium.
Yeah, Butcher's the only driver in the 49s.
This could go very, very well. Josh Cook is about to win his first race of the season here. Butcher passed Turkington, for 5th place with the fast lap. Can he pass Hill and Camish? That's the question. Cross the line, though. It's Josh Cook who said he could win. He's won race 1. The gods were with him. The racing gods give race 1 to Josh Cook. It's race 2. It's P2 for Tom Ingram. Dan Camish is 3rd. Hill 4th.
What happened to Butcher?
Butcher
made
dropped.
a mistake.
Yeah, he's dropped out to 7th in the end. He must have gone. He was gone too wide because Hill 4th, Turkington 5th, Morgan 6th, Butcher 7th. Shedden, Sutton, and Robot in the top 10. Hand comes home 11th, so he's moved up. Crees is 12th, and this swam to Butcher. Oh, big oversteer. Got on the grass at the exit of Surtees. Drifted round clearways, ended up in the gravel, and lost 3 places. I think that was a heroic drive there from Rory Butcher. What's your opinion on that?
Well, what is it that Martin Brundle says? Is it ambitions above adhesion?
Yes, bang on that one, isn't it?
He probably would have got Hill if he hadn't gone off there. But yeah, it didn't look like it was paying off at the start, but definitely paid off at the end when the wet tyres died.
I never thought I'd say this in my life, but Rich Energy have just won a race. Because it's Rich Energy BTC Racing.
Let's see if they pay their sponsorship money now.
Good point. Oh, my. So William Story is just going to be... Bad Santa is just going to be absolutely beside himself. Oh, he's going to be unbearable on Twitter now.
Let's see if he passes the ride height check as well. BTC Racing, you seem to get unlucky with that quite often.
Let's see if he does it. Watch the magic roller. Looks okay to me. It's going under. He's passed the ride height. Does he pass the way, though? That's the question. Another entertaining B2CC race, says Isaac. It says, and he also said, phew, I'm glad I'm on time. You were bang on time, my friend, as I come through. And it's thumbs up. So Josh Cook wins. Right, here's the results then. See if I can get through this in 30 seconds. So, round 4, this is the results. It's Josh Cook who takes victory. Tom Ingram is 2nd. Dan Camish rounds out the podium. It's Jake Kill in 4th place as well. Colin Turkington 5th. Adam Morgan down in 6th. Rory Butcher, a great drive for him, down in 7th place as well, the dry tyres. Gordon Shedden is in 8th, followed by 9th for Sutton and 10th for Rowbottom. Ash Hand 11th, followed by Michael Crees, Tom Chilton, George Gamble and Dan Lloyd rounding out the points in 15th. Bobby Thompson, Jason Plato, Jade Edwards 18th, great result for her. Jack Butad 19th and Stephen Jelly is 20th. Further down the order as well, the last few pages, it's Aaron Taylor-Smith in 21st, Aidan Moffat 22nd, Ollie Jackson 23rd, Sam Osborne, Dexter Patterson, Ricky Collard, Nick Hamilton, Rick Parfit and Will Powell down in 29th place. All 29 cars that started take the finish. But it's Josh Cook who taps the top of the car, doesn't bang it because he needs it for race 2 and 3 later on. So takes victory for round 4 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship as well. And we'll hear the Drivers' Championship in a few moments' time. But Nick, what did you think of race 1 there?
It was a standard touring car race, wet to dry, wasn't it? There's always someone that takes the alternative strategy. Usually seems to pay off for them. People going off, but surprisingly no safety car.
Tom Ingram leads the championship now on 68 points. He's 13 clear to Josh Cook. Gordon Shedden is 16 points back on 52. Ash Sutton is on 47. Adam Morgan on 44. Hills on 43. Turkington 41. 27 for George Gamble and Dan Lloyd. And Roy Butcher rounds out the top 10 on 25 points. 43 separate the top 3. Let's hear from Josh Cook.
This Indy circuit to me yesterday is a bit of a bogey track for you, so I guess that's that one put to rest, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we like the mixed conditions, but what a rookie at the start. Just literally, first lap, looking down at I had an alarm come up. So we've got a reset button. I was looking down at the reset button. Looked up, saw Jake was obviously braked quite hard for the corner and lobbed it off. And I thought, the whole way through that race, we were just struggling with... Cheers, mate. Well done. Just struggled with coolant temp, so just had to try and manage it. But the chassis was just unbelievable. You know, we know that the car goes really well in those conditions. We had a really good car in the dry, so I'm just really happy it transferred into the wet as well.
Was it a case of waiting for the conditions? Because it did dry out a little bit, didn't it? Was it about waiting for those conditions to come to you before you could really make the moves on the BMWs?
Well, because I'd taken the delightful trip across the grass, my water temps were just slowly going up, and I having to kind of make sure that I wasn't going to have to come in the pits, because there was a time where definitely that was an option. So glad that we stayed out, just kept it below that turn-off limit, and yeah, had to push when it counted, because as soon as Jake got back up onto me, I had to really try and get my head down and push, and I don't know what happened, but I suddenly looked and he was gone. So just really pleased for the team. I think we've worked really hard, so they all deserve that. So yeah, mega happy.
The word relief is coming into mind. It looks like it's written all over your face. Tom, well done. A great result for you. I don't think that's what we expected, 2 front-wheel drive cars, or 3 front-wheel drive cars here in the winner's enclosure after race 1. Thank goodness for the conditions, eh?
Absolutely right. That sounded like I was opening a beer, actually, but it's actually a still spring water, not an advert. I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, absolutely right. I think it was a race of being patient, I think. Just try and save some tyres. I actually said to David on the way round that I thought Rory was going to be coming back strong, because on the drive round, it's a bit of nothing almost. You know, if you were starting back, I said to Spencer on the grid, I'd be taking the risk if I was a little further back, because it just felt like it was going to come to you. So I kind of knew that we were maybe going to be running out of tyres towards the end. So it was a case of just be patient, try and save some where we can, and almost hope that other people around us start to drop away with tyres, which thankfully they did. But full credit to Josh. He got on with the job early. Managed to make hay whilst the sun wasn't quite shining, but was in a good place. I mean,
Jake Hill did make life a little bit easier for you, didn't he? Was there a big smile on your face when you saw him run wide?
Yes, actually. I could try to gloss it up and be nice. Yes, I did have a smile on my face. Yeah, I sort of saw Jake having a bit of... And you know what? That was really, really tricky conditions. There was one line. If you got slightly off of it, you were driving what felt like on an oil slick. So it was there at Paddock Hill, Druids was the same, Graham Hill was the same. Every circuit, there was every corner, there was such a finite line that you had to take. But, to start off, for Bristol Street Motors and Accelerate Trace Price cars, pretty pleased.
Well done. And the man I should think is also pretty pleased. I mean, what a great result, Dan, given you started P8 on the grid.
Yeah, really pleased with that. It was, tough old race, that one. I mean, you could see how it ebbed and flowed. Sometimes there were no gaps, and other times it really spread out quickly. I think this is about the 3rd time I've been at Brands Indy where the conditions are kind of like flip a coin, and it's really difficult for all the teams. And you could tell, I think some people maybe went for a full wet setup just before it started. I think ourselves were more dry biased, and therefore as it dried out, we got better and better. Yeah, really pleased. Great result after what happened last time out at Donington. So, yeah, this is the start of my season. I need to rack up some points, and I've got a bit to go to catch up to some of these boys.
But you're better chance of catching up now. You're starting higher up the grid for race 2 as well.
Yeah, and we'll go back and we'll understand. I had a nice car. We can improve. Everyone will, and we'll come out swinging. I think.
Well, maybe not
there's
that.
always positives and always little things to learn. So really pleased to get sort of P3 on the final last couple of laps there.
Fantastic stuff. Don't know what's happening, but all of a sudden in the commentary box here, it's gone really cold, and there's a smell of chlorine in the commentary box, like a swimming
You
pool.
got a pool?
No, it just smells of one. It's very relaxing. I love the smell of chlorine. It does remind me of a swimming pool, but it's very bizarre. It takes me back to the good old days when I used to commentate on the swimming galas as well and all that. And
Do
that's
you
fun.
have a swimming pool near you?
Yes, but it is around about. Well, there's one directly off the field, and that's around about a 5-minute walk away from here. But it is in a big built-up building. Anyway, we've got to stop before we start commentating on the minis, because they're about to leave the grid due to this compressed format. So I'm going to go through everything. Nick, thanks for your company. We'll see you in race 3, obviously, because race 2 is delayed, and you're going to watch that one live. And you've got to get to Brands to clean up that
It's still
start
there. I
country.
can see it on the minis.
Yeah, so off you go. Go clean it.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Thanks, Nick. See you later for race number 3. And Josh will be with me for race 2 as well. Thanks to you, Josh, as well. See you for the second one. And for all of you for joining us, thanks very much. We'll be back at 12:45 for MotoGP for the Grand Prix of France. Ian Burch joins me in the commentary box. That one is Megan has lost her voice, similar to me. Race 2 for Formula E, that's at 1:50. Race 2, that's live at 2:10 on ITV. We're covering it in delayed coverage at 3:15. And race 3 of the touring cars, slightly later than usual, 4:15. That'll be live here on the YouTube channel as well. Thanks for your company. We'll see you later on. Bye for now.